PC industry has given us a series of iconic moments.
The IBM 5100.
The way it uses graphics and the speed.
And the storage capacity of your Macintosh.
A legacy of innovation, inspiring us to reach new heights.
See, now this is what it's like to fly first class.
Giants of yesterday, passing the baton to the giants of tomorrow. Each generation pushing the frontier of what's possible.
This is the new MacBook Air.
Reminding us to let go of the old and embrace the new.
But what we're going to do is get rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen.
Now, industrial automation is ready to unlock its own PC moment.
Please welcome Etienne Lacroix.
Wow. It's really fantastic to be here. This is our 5th edition of Demo Day, and the first time we do this in person, and thank you so much for being with us here in Chicago. You remember those PC moments? I remember most of them. Every time one of them happened, it kind of marked an unlock in the adoption of computing technology. Right? And because of the fast product lifecycle that we have in computers, I don't think there's any industry that provide a better guide for what's about to happen in industrial automations and robotics. And I want to talk about this very specific point today. Where will the next unlock come from? And I don't think as an industry we have cracked this yet. But I always say the path forward to do so is pretty clear. 2023, 2024 were somehow peculiar year for our industry. We've talked about robotics and AI as we've never done, yet the industry number don't drive with this reality. Right? After the industry peaking in 2022, the robot units sold in the United States went down by 30% in 2023 and has yet to rebound. It's almost as if this kind of PC moment, this unlock, is kind of still ahead of us. And to understand where the next unlock will come from, I'll share a little framework with you guys. We often use it at Vention to brainstorm where the next frontiers will come from. We call this the process and technology risk matrix. We often forget that the only way to know if a machine will work today is to design it, we buy all the components, we assemble it, and we test it. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. And if you're a small, medium manufacturer, this is just too much risk for you to commit to that level of investment given the uncertainty. I've said that multiple times, but we need to figure out how to get the CapEx out of the way. As an industry, we've done a good job at pushing the technology risk frontiers further, right? Platforming and the design to operate workflow, productization of key robotic use case are good contributors. But I don't think we've done a good job at pushing the process risk further. Reality is traditional automation technology are just not as good as a human operator to deal with process variation. Let me start talking about platforming. Hardware and software working together as one to create those unbelievable user experience. And I think one company shown us the way more than anybody else, Apple. Do you remember that music was free? When I was a teenager, I could get the entire Radiohead discography in 2 minutes if I was willing to navigate the complexity of torrent website and burning CDs, right? And Apple did something magical. They introduced the iPod and the iTunes Store. Hardware and software working together as one. And along the way, they shift this industry from free to paying and tilt digital music to mass adoption. It's very uncommon. Today, you'll have a chance to see how platforming can be just as powerful in our industry. But productization can be just as powerful. By combining those hardware and software building blocks into productized use cases, we can shift the way that industry from a project-based approach to automation to a product-based approach to automation that is more reliable and more scalable. To some extent, it makes the machine deployment faster, makes maintenance cheaper, makes operator training easier. Those are examples of productized application. Now, to push the process risk further, there's tools that we have access to now that we could not envision just a couple years ago. Artificial intelligence. Right? Today, you look at system integrators and manufacturing professionals, and we spend countless hours testing equipment before they can go live into production. It's as if all the work done in the virtual world, designing, programming, simulating, was not yet a good enough predictor of what could happen in real life later. Unless we can have near accurate digital twin, right? Where every process condition can be simulated and tested ahead of deployment. If those digital twin can embed physics-based simulation, if those digital twin can enable mission-based programming and collision-free path planning, if those digital twin can be trained with synthetic data as opposed to be trained with real-life data, one can start to push the frontiers of process risk as well and get the CapEx out of the way. Before I give the microphone to my next colleague, I want to leave you with one last thought. Think about the amount of manufacturing problem that has already been solved, but for which the answer lies somewhere on a PLC or a motion controller or somewhere on the factory floor. Right? This information is not accessible, it's not shareable. This forces us to reinvent the wheel every single time. The PC industry have solved that problem a decade ago by enabling sharing a scale on various cloud platforms. Contributors on this industry don't share the final solution, which is often proprietary, but instead will share more generating building block that can be used across industries. They understood that the benefit was just simply greater than the risk. And make no mistakes, that same transformation will also happen in industrial automation and robotics. The beginning of my presentation, I've talked about the unlock, and perhaps there's 3 unlock, right? Platforming and productization, getting to that near accurate digital twin so we can get CapEx out of the way, and sharing at scale. Thanks for being with us today, and I wish you a great demo day full of surprises. And now I want to welcome 2 of my colleagues, Jeff Timanus and Catherine Lavallée.
Thank you, Etienne, and welcome everyone to Demo Day. MachineBuilder is at the heart of the Vention ecosystem. It is the first software that we launched as a company, and it has truly changed the way manufacturers design automated equipment and robot cells.
Exactly. MachineBuilder is a very powerful yet easy to use CAD design software. With an intuitive user interface, smart design tools, and near accurate digital twins, manufacturers are designing with more ease and speed compared to traditional CAD softwares. And this year, we brought MachineBuilder to an all-new level, adding more intuitive, smart, and AI-driven design features.
And what better way to showcase the power of MachineBuilder and all of its new enhancements than by designing something today? Catherine, how about that amazing project we worked on with Denali, one of Vention's integration partners?
Of course, let's do it.
So while Catherine gets set up, I invite everyone to bring your eyes to the main screen here, where you see her host a live design session throughout this period of the talk. And of course, the main screens to the side will continue with the presentation. So the latest MachineBuilder releases you'll see here today are our most substantial enhancements in the past 3 years. Our goal with these updates is to make the design experience for any type of manufacturing application easier, more streamlined, and faster than ever. This begins from the moment you open MachineBuilder with a prompt asking if you want to start your project from scratch or choose from hundreds of templates available for you in the design library. As you begin placing parts in your design, the first thing you will notice is the smart predictive placement in action. With MachineBuilder's AI-driven geometric reasoning engine, components automatically snap into your design at the correct location and orientation, streamlining the assembly process and reducing design time. The improved 3D design interface now also features more intuitive part manipulation. When moving a part in your design, all of the components attached to that part automatically slide along with it. This is a very easy way to move components within a design while still maintaining your design's integrity. Some practical features in the platform include the real-time bill of materials, pricing, and part specifications, which offer instant visibility into your project. Part dimensions, weight, 2D drawings, and other technical specifications are directly available within the 3D design experience, making it faster than ever to validate your design. And another new feature which simplifies and speeds up design time is the ability to create and edit groups within your design. With this feature, you can create a grouping of components that are used multiple times throughout your design. Editing functions include the insertion and removal of parts, as well as resizing of extrusions, all within the context of your group. Now, for this next part, I'm very excited to show how we've integrated machine learning and generative AI into MachineBuilder, making it easier than ever to design custom machines, automated equipment, and robot cells. Since its inception 8 years ago, MachineBuilder has powered over 350,000 unique designs. Today, we're bringing a new level of intelligence and efficiency with the introduction of Vention's Design Assistant. The next time you open MachineBuilder, you might notice a crystal ball appear as you hover over a given mechanical context within your design. Clicking on this crystal ball will automatically add the joints and gussets necessary to strengthen your design and preserve its rigidity. All you have to do is hover over the intersections in your design, and MachineBuilder will automatically place the parts that you need. With the Design Assistant, searching the part library is soon to become a thing of the past. This AI-driven feature empowers everyone in your team to design custom equipment and robot cells, guiding them through the entire design process. Now, after everything you've seen in MachineBuilder, we'd like to showcase one of Vention's automation partners, Denali, and how they've used the platform to transform their business.
Denali is a global integration company headquartered in Redmond, Washington. We really will do whatever the customer needs in terms of their integration. Specifically, what we focus on my team is industrial automation solutions for large Fortune 500 companies.
Denali chooses Vention to do speed to market. The time to value when using Vention is incredible. The ability to bring an idea to life for a customer and get parts quickly allows us to get to market quickly and makes for a happy customer. The main success factor is definitely collaboration. So when we are presented with a problem with our customers, we need to come up with a solution fast. We use Vention, their engineering, their software. It allows us to really collaborate and create a solution quickly for the customer to review.
My experience working with Vention was that it was such an easy platform to learn and navigate. I remember my first time using it, I was able to create a solution with no training essentially, and that was a huge boost to my productivity.
What solution Vention provides, it really comes down to the interface. We achieve same-day results together. We are able to go online, listen to our customer requirements, be able to come up with a design, and order parts the same day.
Not many CAD softwares offer their catalog built into the designing solution, so being able to pick your parts, snap them together, create the customer solution in such little time is definitely the success factor.
The design platform, bar none, is the biggest advantage when working with Vention.
I'd like to extend a big thank you to the Denali team, especially the group that helped prepare for this session today, and those who are also here. And I'd also like to extend a huge thank you to my colleague Catherine for helping to showcase how fast and easy it is to design a MachineBuilder.
Thanks, Jeff. With the latest enhancements to MachineBuilder, we haven't just made design faster. We've actually unlocked the complete realm of possibilities for you and your team.
Whether you're building automated equipment, robot cells, or something entirely new, The possibilities are endless. We can't wait to see what you will create with MachineBuilder. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome our next speaker, Audrey Mochambled, who will lead us through all of our exciting automation announcements.
For decades, investing in industrial automation has meant for manufacturers high upfront costs, as well as inherent technology and process risks as well. So unproven solutions with very often long implementation times have prevented many smaller firms from reaping the benefits that automation can actually bring. And this is why, back in 2020, Vention had launched MachineLogic, which is the most intuitive environment for programming as well as simulating industrial automation. And MachineLogic goes well beyond ease of use. It actually offers a cloud-based digital twin that simulates and therefore validates your industrial machine. So this allows you to de-risk as well as speed up the deployment of your new machines. So that now, companies of all sizes can actually adopt automation on their own terms. And this year, at Vention, we are proud to unveil how we have made MachineLogic even more intuitive, easier to use, but most importantly, more powerful, so that you can program, simulate, and deploy your machines with it. The very first release is a revamped and modernized user interface that offers a more intuitive programming experience. So with the scene assets that you can see on the right of the screens, users can now define key robot programming elements, such as reference frames or motion targets, directly from the 3D scene. And then, into the left pane, you can simply add a motion command to actually send your robot to that target you have defined. And all of this will simulate directly in your web browser. And after programming, after simulation comes deployment. With our brand new one-click deploy feature, you can now instantly transfer your programs, your machine configurations, directly from the digital twin onto the physical machine. So picture this. You are creating a program, simulating that program on your computer, on your web browser, therefore bypassing the need to actually go physically program on the robot cell. You simulate it in your web browser, therefore you validate it in your web browser, and once you're ready, in one click, you deploy that program with confidence onto your machine. So doing all these changes, these programs, you actually haven't interrupted production once. And right after deployment comes calibration. With our new calibration application, as well as our enhanced robot jogger, we are now able to ensure precise alignment between your digital and your physical twin. So those tools allow you to quickly calibrate your robot cell, ensuring that the program you have created in the cloud behaves accurately and the exact same way once deployed in the real world, with a very minimum margin for error. So this seamless calibration process enables consistent deployments and redeployments as well between the cloud and the factory floor. And now I have something else that I want to show you, and that is quite exciting. Physics engine. So we are very proud to reveal our new physics engine, which is now completely integrated within the MachineLogic ecosystem. So MachineLogic Physics Engine brings a whole new level of realism when it comes to simulating machines, but also testing them and now even debugging them in the cloud by representing real-world movements with a whole new level of accuracy. So again, this allows you to validate your program in the cloud so that you can then deploy them with confidence to your factory floor. And to go with it, I also have a new box input module to showcase tonight, which is really an essential tool when it comes to conveyor ecosystems. So with it, you can adjust parameters such as box dimension, insertion rates, weight control, part insertion dynamics as well. So this tool, paired with our physics engine, ensures reliable simulation, even for the most complex of your conveyor application. So this will make your automation process more predictable and more efficient as well. And as we're speaking of conveyor ecosystems, I am thrilled to showcase tonight one of the actual projects we have developed with our client, the Feed. So we can now watch how this solution came to life in their own warehouse.
Matt Johnson, CEO of The Feed. We're the largest online marketplace for sports nutrition for endurance athletes in the world. Now we have over 5,000 products and ship 4,000 to 5,000 orders a day. Our team started with the MachineBuilder to build out our prototype or sort of proof of concept idea, which was excellent. And it really gave us the peace of mind that we knew what we were doing. We were going to get a solution that met our needs. And we knew this was, basically automation Lego that we can take apart and click back together any way we want. The savings for us is really in labor and capacity. So we can run about 600 orders an hour through this system. The ROI, I can tell you, is significant because we actually operated for the first 2 weeks here without the conveyor system. And I would say we were running 15 additional staff just managing the process of what the conveyor has replaced. I think the delivery timeline was spectacular. There's no one in the industry that was anywhere close to it. I don't mean like they were twice as fast. I think Vention's was literally at least 6 to 8 times faster than anyone else. We were getting quotes of up to 40 weeks for delivery of a system. And Vention had it fully operational from contract to inside operating in 6 weeks. Not just saying we've delivered the solution, really focused on delaying our acceptance testing until everything was perfect, well beyond any other vendor I've seen who want to get in and get out. They said, listen, we're going to stay here until this thing is perfect. And they have, and that's why we'll be back as a future customer.
So of course, a very special thank you to the Feed for having trusted Vention to deliver this groundbreaking project in a record amount of time. And this collaboration really underscores the essential roles that conveyors play in manufacturing processes. They drive efficiency and they ensure a seamless production flow. So this is why we are happy to announce our all-new modular conveyor ecosystem. It has been engineered to be fully customizable so that it can adapt to your unique requirements. And as we continue to enhance MachineLogic, we realize that while many may appreciate the code-free programming features we talked about, others may prefer more advanced methods of programming. So to address this, I am very excited to now invite Rob Hernandez to the stage. And Rob will delve into all of MachineLogic's new Python programming features and also unveil one of our latest partnerships. So welcome, Rob. Best of luck.
Hi, everyone. So as mentioned, I'm going to be showing you some of the new features we have with Vention's MachineLogic coding environment. But first, I want to talk a little bit about partnership. So Vention has been about removing a lot of the friction that happens when you're deploying automation. And we've been doing that for a while by releasing some great products and putting them into our tech stack. But we've also been making some really great partnerships with the industry's best technology partners. And those people's products, bringing them into our platform as well. And a lot of those partners are with us this evening, so I want to take a second to stop and recognize you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. Now, it's also a special evening because we are inviting a third robot partner into the Vention ecosystem. This company's been a titan of industry for decades. They are no strangers to releasing some very reliable, high-performance products into the industrial space. And they're also a heavy user of Vention technology in their own manufacturing facility. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further delay, please join me in welcoming ABB and their GoFa Cobot family into the Vention ecosystem. It's a nice robot. Okay. So, to hear a little bit more about our partnership with ABB, we're going to hear some remarks from ABB's head of collaborative robots, Andrea Casoni.
I'm Andrea Casoni, head of collaborative robotics in ABB. ABB Robotics and Discrete Automation is a world-leading provider of robotic solution and machine automation. The collaboration brings ABB collaborative robotics portfolio and pairs it with Vention's extended competence in applications, engineering, modularization to bring customers complete robotic solutions. Together, Vention and ABB are helping customers addressing their big challenges. This collaboration will drive innovation in the robotics industry. It will drive innovation thanks to the combination of two very strong technologies that will actually accelerate and simplify the adoption of robotics automation. ABB Vision is a world where robots are very familiar in any workplace. I'm absolutely confident that this collaboration between Vention and ABB will go on for many, many years. We're just at the beginning. They are on the cutting edge of technologies. We will continue to bring innovation to the market, allowing customers to automate and robotize more, creating new opportunities for new applications to make the workplace even more productive.
Now, we had those pre-recorded remarks from Andrea. We weren't quite sure if he was going to be able to make it, but I'm happy to say he was able to join us from Italy. Thank you, Andrea, for coming. Thank you to your team for being here. Now, I bet a lot of you are wondering, when can you start using ABB's cobots in Vention projects? Well, the answer is right now. At this very moment, ABB's cobots are live on the Vention marketplace, ready to be used for your next MachineBuilder design. And because they are fully integrated into the Vention ecosystem, they're also available to be used for MachineLogic's programming. So let's switch gears and talk about what's new there. 1 year ago, we took a big bet. We released Python coding for MachineLogic. And it was a big bet because it's been quite a long time since anyone's used any modern coding language in industrial automation. So we didn't know what was really going to happen. But after 1 year, I can tell you that we've seen countless projects that people have done using Python code, and it really emboldened us to take the next step. So this year, we're doubling down on Python. In this year's release of MachineLogic, we've done both front-end and back-end improvements, really increasing the functionality to create a fully functional Python coding environment. It also supports multi-process applications. And all of this by being in your web browser. No installed software, no local computing power. Now, this is going to help people make Python code faster than ever before. On top of it, we've also added new tools to help you make better user interfaces for your operators. This is a really important thing at the end of a project to make sure you deliver a project that has a great UI for operators. It reduces their learning curve to be able to use the equipment that you've built. Now, speaking of helping operators, we all know that one of the most common causes of stoppages in a cell is a change in the environment. Someone bumps a table, moves a tray, and all of a sudden you're dealing with a lot of missed picks and a lot of protective stops until someone comes and gets it started again. Well, to combat that, we have now added computer vision to Vention's MachineLogic. Now, computer vision is a vast application space. So to start, we've added reference frame detection. With this feature, your robotic systems can now adapt to changes in the relative position of items in the work cell by using marker tags. This clever little tool goes a long way in making sure that you can deploy more robust solutions for your users. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We've got a lot of plans for computer vision. Can't wait to show them to you in the future. Now, everyone else before me showed something really cool with AI. I've got one too. And I'm pretty proud of this one. Introducing Copilot, all right? Copilot is Vention's Python coding assistant built into MachineLogic. What this allows you to do is write Python code by entering a prompt into MachineLogic. It will generate the code along with comments for you to use in your program. This is groundbreaking, right? If you're an experienced Python coder, this is going to save you 1,000 keystrokes and some carpal tunnel. But if you're a novice like I am, and I have a lot of friends here, so I can't fake being an expert, you will know that this is something that could create a template for you to start getting used to using Python in programming. Entering the prompt, use the template, and make adjustments as you need to. This is truly a game changer for everyone, and we're really expecting it to increase the adoption of Python programming for robots. Now, got this really cool looking robot right here, and I'm going to show you what it does in a minute, but first I want to show you how we use some of these features that I just showed you to create this demonstration. So when I was creating the demonstration, we had all the program trees set up, and we were populating code in each program area, and one of the last things I had to do was create a function that was going to move the conveyor. So I wasn't really sure how to start, so I asked Copilot. And I put in a prompt that asked it to create a function that, when called, it would index the conveyor by 100 millimeters. And Copilot created the code. After a quick review, I was able to paste it into the program with just a single click. Now, the last thing I did was update the operator interface. And I did that very simply by grabbing a button, place it into the screen, calling it and assigning it to the start function, and clicking save. Super easy. And then when that was all done, Etienne was talking about digital twins and physical twins and marrying those two together. Well, without having to test it here first, I was able to test it using the digital twin there, making sure I got everything right before we screwed a single bolt. That's a game changer. So when it's time to deploy this to the cloud onto the physical twin, you click the deploy menu, you select the applets that you want to put in there, including the new reference frame detection app, and click deploy. So what we've seen today is a whole lot of new features that represent significant strides towards our mission of democratizing automation. Whether you're using a universal robot, a Fanuc CRX, or an ABB cobot, you can operate in the same programming environment. And that programming environment is a robust environment, fully featured with computer vision and an AI coding assistant. We can't wait to see what you do with it. Thank you. Now, please join me in introducing Francois Giguère, the CTO of Vention.
Well done. Good job. All right. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for being here with us. Let's give a good round of applause to everyone. I think this was awesome. Just like Etienne was mentioning earlier, I'm the same. I've always been wondering when the automation industry would have its PC moment. And I believe that what I'm about to present to you today is going to be one of these. I am super excited. I'm thrilled to be here to introduce our latest generation, our third generation plug-and-play automation controller, MachineMotion AI.
For decades, automation technologies have powered our factories. These machines, faithful companions of our past, have accompanied us through the changing tides of industry. As technology evolves, we carry their legacy forward. We honor the old ways to shape the future. Thank you for automating the factories of the past century. It's time to unlock a new frontier in industrial automation. Introducing MachineMotion AI.
So if you guys like the music, maybe we'll put it back at the cocktail for you guys. It's kind of I promised I wouldn't dance on stage. Today, I think we really, with this announcement, we mark a new frontier in industrial automation. We move away from, custom industrial control cabinets, manual integration with pigtail wires, countless data sheets and terminal blocks. We move to a future where the product itself, MachineMotion AI, does all the component integration for you. Instead of doing all of this on a project-by-project basis, the product does the work. But more importantly, and thank God, we move to better programming tools. We move to things like Visual Studio, we move to Python programming, and we move to JavaScript programming. Beyond this frontier that I'm talking about, we want to have a world where all software tools have converged. If you're a web developer, you're programming robots, or even if you're programming an industrial control line in automation, you're using the same tools. The divide between PLC programming and robot programming has vanished. It no longer exists. Stop thinking about it. What you got is one single development environment with one single set of programming tools to program both your robots and your PLC. And additionally, what you have is a digital twin that's near accurate in the cloud that allows you to test with physics engine. MachineMotion AI was built to bridge this divide. It ensures that the straightforward user experience you have in the cloud is translated one-to-one. I'll repeat again, one-to-one to the actual machine you've deployed. It's made possible, of course, because we have a powerful software stack that covers the entire flow, but additionally, hardware, plug-and-play capabilities is major. It's a game changer. Our robots are plug-and-play, our motors are plug-and-play, our actuators are plug-and-play, our sensors are plug-and-play, our safety devices are plug-and-play, everything is plug-and-play. And this is why what happens in the cloud translates one-to-one. So let's talk about MachineMotion AI a little bit more. It is set in a compact and minimalistic IP54 enclosure. It's got a 360 degrees beacon light on top that tells you at all times what's happening with your machine, which a lot of people overlook. And in fact, the quality of the design was so impressive that earlier this year it received a Red Dot Design Award. In its full-size configuration, the big boy here that you see, you got 3,000 watts of motion control power. And I'm sure we have experts in the room here, but 3,000 watts of motion control power is it's a good amount of power. You can in fact daisy chain 30 motors, 30 servo motor, high power, and all controlled via EtherCAT motion control. MachineMotion also integrates with leading robot brands such as ABB, Fennec, and Universal Robots. But one thing I want to continue to emphasize is this is not a presentation just about hardware. MachineMotion AI is your gateway to utilizing the Vention platform. With MachineMotion AI, you can use MachineBuilder, the simulation, MachineLogic, the program, Machine Cloud to deploy, Machine Analytics to know what's going on with your machine, remote support, and remote view. All these tools are made available because of this deployment environment. And additionally, there's a lot of software going on, and who says software says updates, and for this very reason, we built MachineMotion AI to be readily updatable via Wi-Fi or LTE. So what I'm trying to explain today is that MachineMotion AI is really the cornerstone of the plug-and-play industrial ecosystem of Vention, and it simplifies and transforms the way we're going to deploy complex machines in the field. And additionally, if you want to deploy a single robot, a simpler cell, you can use MachineMotion AI Lite and benefit from the entire platform at a reduced cost. But now, it's a lot of technology, it's a lot of computing, we're talking about software. We needed the best possible GPUs and the best possible AI-ready hardware on the planet. And for this reason, we injected NVIDIA technology in our product. Yes. Our relationship with NVIDIA marks a year of collaboration focused on MachineMotion AI, of course, but also on building near-accurate digital twins in the cloud significantly faster. And our objective is the same. Etienne mentioned it. We want to make sure our customers and manufacturers can test their full machine without putting a single dollar down. By combining Vention's modular ecosystem, our easy-to-use motion control, and NVIDIA's technology, we have created a strategy to accelerate the adoption of AI for manufacturers, whether they're small or large. For this very reason, MachineMotion AI supports both telepresence and vision cameras. It supports 2D and 3D cameras, so we can build applications to get in the field of autonomous robotics. And you know what these fields are, right? They are bin picking, they are sanding, they are welding, they are depalletizing. So I'd like to show you one of these examples today. So I'd like to take just 1 minute to not make an Elon Musk of myself and thank all the people that made this possible. We have a big team of engineers in Montreal that are passionate about Vention's mission and especially about democratizing industrial automation. And all of this was made possible because of them. So I'll give them a big round of applause. Thank you. So I'm now thrilled to welcome to the stage Deepu Tella, the Vice President of Robotics and Edge Computing at NVIDIA. It's an honor to have him with us today. I will welcome back Etienne Lacroix, founder and CEO of Vention, to the stage. Additionally, Rob Pegoraro, a journalist at Fast Company that will host a fireside chat with us today on AI and real manufacturing use cases. Thank you, everybody.
And I think there's plenty of drink and food left, so you're welcome to enjoy. And again, thank you so much for being with us today. This is amazing to have you in person.